so many problems, somehow it was still like it couldn't get better. Now it's just grudges and grief, constantly juggling beef. I call every couple of months, but you don't respond for a couple of weeks. I know that you think I have plenty, but 24/7 I'm running on empty. I am amazed that I am still going when my biggest hero is rooting against me, resents me. There's no other choice but to give up and go. Even though I miss you having my back, it gets easy as the distance grows. I'm all alone again, out of my own again, running from home again. You always telling me you can do better, shut up and show me then. I don't got time for this, I laid on the line for this, told you in confidence, all of my secrets and all of my woes, you took all of my soul. I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. I could spill all of my guts on the record and you wouldn't recognize none of it. I try to communicate with you, but you always take it as punishment. Everything wrong is everyone's fault and never your own. Every time I reach out to help, end up wishing that I had just left you alone. The cellular phone been ringing all day. Don't deal with your problems, you sleep them away. I cannot think of a reason to stay. A simple I'm sorry is the least you could say. Needless to say, I ain't holding a grudge, but when you need something, I know not to budge. No, not a nudge. This what it is, forget what it was. I'm all alone again, out of my own again, running from home again. You always telling me you can do better, shut up and show me then. I don't got time for this, I laid on the line for this, told you in confidence, all of my secrets and all of my woes, you took all of my soul. I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. All my friends are strangers now, all my friends are strangers now. All my friends are strangers now, all my friends are strangers now. Even you, I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again. Even you, I'm all alone again. I'm all alone again.
Get a drink first, cause I'm gonna get. Oh, hey, Sadie.
Hello, Zady. Oh, there we go. They could hear Lav just saying, I'm gonna go get a drink. God damn it. Yeah, alright, sure. We're gonna show the video to start with anyway, so. I don't like. Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself from there. Right, we'll start off with the video so that everyone can hear us. And yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm still here. I'm holding my breath.
Hi guys. So, you've probably noticed that Epichroma has been under construction. Well, at least I hope you have. And now that we're reopening, there's a lot of things that we'd like to show you. First things first, I want to talk about what Epichroma actually means. And what we're actually here for. Well,
The stream is super quiet, Zady.
we're an online resource for students and teachers alike. provide a platform for
Off to a great start, you know?
Hi guys. So you've probably noticed that
I'll
Epichroma has
actually
been under
just go get a
construction.
drink while
Well, at least I hope you have. And now that we're reopening, there's a lot of things that we'd like to show you. First things first, I want to talk about what Epichroma actually means and what we're actually here for. Well, it's really quite simple. We're an online resource for students and teachers alike. We provide a platform for students to get instant live feedback from other artists at a range of skill levels. But in reality, there's so much more, like the amazing community that helps support everybody. Most people showed their love for each other with the Epiheart system. However, we're sort of changing how this works. We're going to be making hearts a little bit more specific to reward those who actually put the time in to give good advice and help others around them. So if you see someone giving out some good advice, or you receive some good advice from someone, why not give them your daily Epiheart? It will really show them how much you appreciate them. Alongside this, we've created a new reward. This is given to those who receive the most hearts in any given month. It's called the Mentor of the Month. As Mentor of the Month, you'll be displayed at the top of the user list for the entire month. There will also be opportunities for you to be featured on our social media, advertise yourself in our Discord, and perhaps even host your events with us. Now, if you're not a mentor, don't worry, there is a Student of the Month award too. The winner of this award is handpicked by the admins of Epichroma. You can win it by showing the most improvement over a month. So if you win, you should feel pretty good about your progress. But remember, this also means we are watching. As a student, Epichroma is great for making connections. We give you access to hundreds of other artists from around the world who are all talented in different mediums. As a teacher, you have the opportunity to reach an eager audience. Everybody loves to learn here in Epichroma. And if you get to a point where you're respected enough within our community, we'll offer to advertise your brush packs, PSD files, or anything else that you may have to offer the people of Epichroma. From here on in, we're going to be taking Epichroma a lot more seriously. We're going to be hosting streams once every 2 weeks, right here on our YouTube channel, covering some of the events that we may be hosting. 2-week-long events will become quite common. We're going to be kicking things off with an architecture event that you'll be able to find details for in the Discord. Live feedback sessions will be hosted in the Discord, and sometimes we'll host them on stream too. So if you really want to keep up to date with Epichroma, join our Discord and subscribe to our YouTube channel. These are just some of the things you can expect from us on this relaunch. A lot more will be coming soon, so keep an eye out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe to stay in the loop for when streams and videos are released. And why not check out some of our other social medias too? Our Discord and Facebook links are in the description below. See you there.
So good. So good, Zady. Honestly, yeah. Well, if that's the first video, the quality of the first video that comes out of our channel, then I'm really excited to see what comes in the future.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things we do need to discuss coming out of that is how and why the role challenges have been removed. Because obviously the role challenges have been quite a core function of Epichroma since its conception, and removing it is quite a big thing. Yeah, we're still getting people saying it's really quiet. Are you able to turn up the stream volume overall? Yeah. Sorry. Can't help being ill. Are we any louder, guys? Yeah, it's definitely too quiet. We're gonna have to figure something out. Good. Are we alright now? Yeah, okay. That's better.
Good.
Yeah, are we alright now, guys? Can you give us some feedback? Are we loud enough?
Hi guys.
Oh,
Wait.
No, not the entire stream. Not the entire stream.
It's like that whole conversation that we just had with you. They didn't hear. That's so confusing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, we're having some teething issues here.
Sorry,
about
guys. Sorry, guys. There's like.
And now we're really loud, apparently. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Let me. Okay. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Good?
That looks okay. Like the audio's in the green the entire time. If it's really loud, turn it down. You have a little volume thing on you.
We're too quiet compared to you. That's what they're saying.
You're way too quiet in comparison. Okay, if I turn myself down, am I a little bit better now? Am I still like audible? Are they loud enough?
You could turn me and Jimmy up on Discord.
You're already at 200%, my dude.
Oh, and yeah, I am talking.
You could turn Discord up itself. You know, you could just turn Discord up.
There's like 3 different Discords. I don't know which one it is.
All of them.
All of them. Great.
Epichroma, this one there, the Epichroma staff and leak chat. That's the one you need to turn up.
Okay.
No, that's the main Discord.
I'll just turn them all up. There we go. You guys are louder now.
Sure. There we go. We should be louder now. This should work. Let's hope for the best.
Okay. Cool. That should be okay.
All right, are we good now, guys?
Should be.
Give us some...
It should be.
Yeah.
It's Lav that we're more concerned about hearing.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just spaced out. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Hi, Lavrans.
Better. Awesome.
All right, shall we just start talking and hopefully... All right, cool. They say yes.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
So the main thing that people have been asking about today is what happens to the role challenges. Why are the colors gone? What's the prefect role? What's happening with everything there? And the prefect role is a legacy role, which means it's no longer going to be available to anybody. And it's just a thank you to everyone who took part in the role challenges up until now. They basically, the reason we got rid of them is because they were a lot of effort to maintain. We had to both constantly be thinking about, is this appropriate for the different skill levels? How do we grade it? What are the criteria that we grade it by? Because obviously deciding the criteria that I would pass or fail you on was quite difficult when I didn't really have any sort of a massive database of this kind of thing to go off of. So I kind of had to trial and error, sort of put a lot of different images through this through the way I would do it. I'd put lots of images through it and sort of get an idea of what I think should be passing, what I think should be failing, and it's just very difficult to make that work. And at the same time, we didn't have that much participation, and while we did have a lot of people that did it, it would only usually be like 2 or 3 people would do it each month. They'd all do it around the same time, and then you'd have a month of nothing. And it's just not enough for the amount of effort that it would take to build that. So what we're looking to do now is, instead of having two progression levels, one were for skill and the other one were for community, we're going to be removing the skill roles and completely focusing on the community roles. So the community, what we believe is that if we incentivize giving each other feedback, if we want to reward you for helping each other, for looking at each other's art and really giving in-depth feedback on exactly what could be done better, if you share resources with each other, ideally that you've made, if you make your resources and you actually get to a high enough heart level, you're actually going to have access to certain channels where you can post these resources, even to sell them to Epichroma members if you want to. And that's just one of the rewards that will come from taking the time to give people good feedback, getting your hearts up through DaVinci, and then experiencing that climb of the different roles. We've revamped the role system as well, so there are a few different names. So we've renamed Upstanding to Virtuous, and we've renamed Benevolent, which is an old one that nobody got. So anyway, we've renamed that as well. And the DaVinci profiles have had a little bit of a visual update as well. And I've been talking a lot, so Zady or Lav, is there anything you want to add to anything I've said there?
Not much really. I just really want to stress that you guys should really be helping each other out, and that you should prioritize giving your hearts to someone who has been putting effort into giving advice and helping others improve.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that kind of builds into what Nina was saying in the chat, which is, of course, we want that people do the heart exchange, and we've been pretty strict about that up until this point, and we'll continue being strict about that exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, heart exchanging is not allowed. If we see you doing it, we will remove the hearts that have been exchanged. So
Yeah.
just don't do it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, waste of our time as well. So yeah, please don't. We're also going to be looking at when hearts are given. So obviously we don't want you to give hearts to people who have only posted an image. So now DaVinci is going to reject hearts that are given to somebody who just post their art. And things like selfies as well. You obviously, please don't give hearts to people who post selfies or stuff like that. It's not the appropriate use of hearts, and we want to see people rewarded for having an active part in the community, and that they're giving feedback and they get rewarded for that, not just for posting a selfie in the IRL chat. And as they get their hearts, then they climb up their roles and they get exclusive things as well. We will be starting off with a thing as well called the mentor and the student of the month. Each month, the person who climbs the most with hearts, who gains the most hearts in the month, is going to get a role. They're going to be able to choose their own color. They're going to show at the top of the user list, and they're going to be called the mentor of the month. And there are going to be other rewards and stuff like that as well. And the student of the month is also going to be a thing just beneath the mentor of the month, and that's going to be picked personally by me, by Love, and by Zady. We'll look at everybody who's been posting their art, and we'll see who has improved the most over that month, and then we'll just choose that person and put them up there. Again, they get to choose the color of their role.
Zoe, what counts as heart exchanging is if you and a group of maybe one to, like, I don't know, a few other people purposely give each other your hearts every single day. That's sort of like heart farming. So we don't allow that, and if we see that happening, yeah, we're going to remove those hearts.
Yeah. Do we have any questions about this so far? The role challenges, the community challenges, anything at all? We want to make sure this is as clear as possible to everyone.
Doesn't look like anything.
There's a bit of a delay, so we have to wait for them.
Well, I've got a live chat. Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have a live chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about the challenge as well. The challenge is obviously a big part of what we're really launching with. So, no, actually, since the mentor of the month goes to the person who gets the most hearts in a month, and since the admins are blacklisted from having hearts, the mentor of the month can never be an admin. We just can't have it. It has to be a user.
We do not deserve your hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Right, what about the challenges? What kinds of them would there be? So we're going to be relaunching, as we've posted in the server, in environment challenge buildings. So the challenges are going to vary a lot, and I think that the challenges will always be based on what I feel like can help people improve as an artist. And I think architecture, I've said this many times in the server, that architecture is one of those things that really can teach a student a lot about draftsmanship, about balance, about perspective, about good construction, and just good working with geometric forms in general as well, as opposed to organic, because we all have this sort of we all love drawing faces, we all love drawing animals and people and stuff, and while that's great, they're all very organic forms, and we have this level of being pulled away from the form of it, whereas when you work with architecture, when you work with vehicles, then form is a lot more present. You have to think a lot more about that form. And so we're kicking off with a buildings event to really push that form and that perspective and get people thinking about design, balanced designs, and the function of their design as well. I mean, you can have, if you're building a house, you're going to have a chimney on the house, right? You need to have a front door. Maybe you want a back door. Maybe you're going to need a pipe for the water to get into the house that's above ground, because maybe this is a fantasy area where they're living on a mountain, so you can't really put pipes underground, can you? So things like that, you can really just lose yourself in that design. And then on top of that, you can learn the skills that you you need to have in order to bring that design to life in an appealing and exciting way. We want to see that design that you've had in your head. We want to see that on your page and looking good. We want you to, do good by your designs. So that's what the first challenge is about. And as I said, there's going to be a reward for the person who presents the best concept, and that's going to be judged by the three of us. And the winner is going to get about $65. And it's mainly, the idea is it's to go on art supplies. We can do it over Amazon as an Amazon gift card for you to buy some art supplies there. But if there is another payment method, we can communicate something. We can work something out. But we want to make sure there's a prize for the person who really puts a lot of effort and time into making this presentable and good.
Yep. Yeah, so I've just brought up on screen a little graphic for this. I'll just scroll through it quickly. So to be delivered, I'm not going to read that out because I'm really bad at reading. Reading on the spot is one of the worst things in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll leave that up for you guys to read. I know some of you are having trouble actually viewing the image because it's so long in Discord. If you want to view this yourself, if you just click on it, and then at the bottom there's an open original, and it will take you to an image in a browser. Tap it once and it'll zoom you in, so you can view it that way.
Yeah, and also in relation to the events, I'm not sure you got to say this, Jimmy. Maybe you did, and perhaps I just spaced out, but they're gonna be bi-weekly, right? So we're gonna have basically have events every other week, and
no, that was streams.
Yeah, so the streams are different to the events. So the events will come sort of as and when we are able to make them. Hopefully they'll be a lot more consistent, a lot more frequent than they were before. We've already got scope for one in December and one in February. The February one is going to be Anatomic 2019. Hopefully that's when I was sort of thinking that can be done. We want to leave a little bit of a break between each event, but every 2 weeks what we'll do is we'll have a stream and we'll review the last 2 weeks. So we'll have one at the end of this architecture event to look at all of the submissions, to have a look at all of the sketches. We can give you some feedback. So if you take part in it, be sure to come back and listen to the feedback that we offer you. We'll announce the winner on the stream as well. And so, we get that, but then 2 weeks after that, we'll have another one, and that's not for an event. We're just going to look at pieces of art that have been put down in the server. We'll have a look at that. Maybe we'll do some paint overs. We'll see what happens. We'll do some, Q&A as we're going to do today.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes. Every Friday as well. Storce, obviously everyone knows Storce is a big figure in the community. Storce is looking to do Figure Fridays, so he's going to be doing it on his own channel, but we're going to be sponsoring it. So there's going to be announcements coming every Friday when Storce is going live. It's going to be at the same time every Friday, and he's just going to go live. We may be able to push a guest into his stream each time. So if anyone wants to take part in streaming with Storce, please let us know as well, because it'd be good if he has somebody to bounce off of.
Sort of like a co-host.
Yeah, and the idea is that the two of them will host. Storce will draw, pull up references, and then maybe a draw pile will be hosted at the same time. And in that draw pile, you guys can try drawing the figures yourself, and the co-host can then maybe give feedback live on the draw pile with like a layer on top and just redline over your figures. That would be one idea of how it's done. We haven't fully planned this out yet, but there are some ideas that we've had for it, and that sounds well. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be quite shy about the idea of drawing figures on draw pile where other people can see it, and we totally understand that. So you will obviously be welcome to watch the stream, take part just socially, or if you want to draw in your Photoshop or on a piece of paper where nobody else can see it, then obviously you're completely welcome to do that as well. Mm-hmm. We'd like to see as much engagement as we can.
Yeah, just going through some of the comments in the chat, as opposed to leaving the challenges available for people to try in later dates, I think we could be able to make sort of like a past challenge channel where we leave up the graphics for people to look at, and if they want to try it, they can. I'm not sure what you guys feel about that, but it might be good because then people can just try it if they want to. Obviously, they won't get any rewards or anything from it because it'll be past its expiration date.
Yeah, I mean, I see no reason not to. We can definitely put it up and just leave it there for people who want to do it for fun. Yeah.
If you're wondering what you missed, you can actually rewatch this video I think you can go back up to 4 hours. YouTube allows you. But if you want to stay with us live and go back and watch what you missed later, that might be a better option than us recapping again.
Yeah. So YouTube does have a problem with nudity on this kind of thing. A lot of artists on YouTube do get demonetized or even removed from YouTube for that kind of thing. So don't use nudity. Find references that are clothed or at least have some kind of bodysuit, something to cover their bodies. We don't have a problem with it, obviously. And artistic nudity we consider safe for work. But YouTube's guidelines are different to ours.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on your channel, so if you do have anything like that, understand that it's at your risk as well. But yeah, I would recommend not using any nudity on Figure Fridays, sadly. No, it's not okay to use 3D software for the challenge. It has to be done on a 2D medium. Okay.
Cool. What else was there that we wanted to talk about?
Did we ever get to talk about heart decay?
No, we did not.
It's not actually implemented yet. Sympathy is yet to add that piece of programming in. But from the future, guys, the hearts are going to start decaying. So if you build up a reservoir of hearts, you get your rolls. Eventually, after about a 2-week period, if you haven't received any hearts at all in 2 weeks, you'll actually lose 1 heart per day of not receiving a heart. As soon as you receive 1 heart, then that decay goes away. But if you want to start collecting your hearts, you're going to need to continuously collect hearts at a rate of at least 1 every 2 weeks. Now, we feel like that shouldn't be too much of a problem for the people who are actively giving a lot of feedback to other members. And we feel like, obviously, that's a scary thing. You're thinking, wow, I don't want to lose my hearts. But at the same time, think of it as from the student's perspective. That means that everybody else is going to have this incentive to really help you when you post your art. These other people are going to feel, okay, well, maybe I don't want to lose my heart. So they're going to come in and they're going to give you that feedback. And that's what we really want to encourage. And obviously, there's a little bit of, it's a little bit scary. Nobody wants to lose their hearts. But no, 1 heart per day for after 2 weeks. So it'll only be after a 2-week period of not receiving any hearts whatsoever.
And this doesn't mean if you hit that 2-week to go around and start begging your friends to give you a heart.
Yes, it does mean that. But certainly, if you've given a long and extensive feedback to somebody on their image, we're not going to have an issue with you saying at the end, I'm pretty close to decay, would you mind hearting this if it's helpful? That kind of thing is acceptable, but don't push it, guys. let's not have begging, okay? Right, yeah, so that's the state of heart decay. Obviously, the profiles are going to be revamped. At the moment, we've added some graphics that I've made them myself. They're okay. There's definitely scope for improvement in the future. We just wanted to have something where you can visually see your role as a badge, and you'll be able to see them. So once you get your first role, which is at 5 hearts, you'll be able to type in DV profile like this, and it will. And that will bring up a profile for yourself, or you can do it on another user by tagging the user after that command, and you'll be able to see the profile and their badge. And as you get higher up with hearts, you get roles that have bigger and fancier badges. That's the idea, at least. We're not going to show you the badges ahead of time. That's
unfortunately.
an important thing. Yeah. If you want to see them, you've got to earn them.
Or just stalk someone else who's earning them.
Yeah.
We may be adding more emotes at some point. For now, we're leaving the emotes we have. We did experiment with a shrug emote, but unfortunately a shrug requires shoulders, and our little mascot doesn't have any shoulders, sadly.
Unfortunately. Hey, look, it's Sim.
Okay.
Sim's in chat.
So there you go. All right, so at the moment they're DV preview, but that will be changed in the future, hopefully very soon, to DV profile as well.
Yeah.
Right.
This doesn't mean try and go spam it in chat right now either, because it's not ready at all.
Let's see, no, none of them at the moment. Okay, right. I think we've gone over anything that we thought of before the stream, but I'm sure that you guys have some questions. So we've gone over Figure Fridays, we've gone over the bi-weekly review streams, we've gone over Da Vinci, we've gone over the role challenges, and we've gone over the event. Is there anything else?
There was one
yeah,
thing.
go on.
There was one thing. The Student and Mentor of the Month award. If you win that, you get to choose your name color.
He did say that, though.
Yeah,
Did
I
he?
say that.
I didn't
But
remember that.
we'd
I must
definitely
have
say that
spaced.
again. If you
Definitely
want
say
your
that
own
again.
unique name color, yeah, work hard, guys.
Work hard.
One of the other things we are looking to do is sort of bring some of the professionals in for sort of onto those review streams. Maybe we can have little interviews, but that's something, you know, we'll see down the line. Having the stream up every 2 weeks is really going to open a lot of opportunities for us. And just so you know, every day since we went down, every day since we closed and went down for renovation, Zady, Lav, and I have been having a call every day in a private chat where we discuss Epi. We talk about what has been done and what we're going to do. We talk about the state of Epi, and then we finish everything with a game of League of Legends. And obviously, it's for team building, right? So. Yeah.
Or team destroying.
Yeah, team destroying. Sometimes we lose and we all hate each other a little bit, but you know.
Mostly when I disconnect.
Yeah, but you know, it's good fun, and we're going to be keeping that going as a tradition, and we're hoping that this activity that we're doing together is going to really help strengthen the leadership of Epi, and that strengthened leadership should make the server a great place to be as well. So we were going to end this on a Q&A, and ideally just chatting to you guys, to be honest. We want to know what questions you have. We want to talk to you, know what concerns you might have for Epichroma, all of these things. We've gone over everything that we really wanted to go over.
Oh, I do want to bring up one thing, which is the new Epichroma logo.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can find it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just find
Also
this in my
something that
files.
we didn't really cover, and it's not a huge news, I guess. It's that we're no longer really using Instagram or Twitter for our social media.
Sorry, 1 second.
You're
We're
good.
just sticking with Facebook, where we'll hopefully build up a fairly strong and, you know, coherent community on its own merit. So yeah.
Yeah. So Ona asks, what does the relaunch mean when it comes to the social structure of the community? Are you planning to professionalize the interaction between people as you move towards making this into a business? So obviously there are other businesses that have similar models to us where we want to grow, we want to make this server, we want to make this community, we want to make this model quite big. The end goal is to have a platform that could be used as an alternative to an art school at a much lower price, free even, and that's really what we'd love to see in the future. And there are other places doing this. So Schoolism is a cheap alternative to art schools. I mean, Level Up, and there are some other places like this where it's just art communities or places where some artists are providing resources for very low prices or for free, and that's great. But what they don't have is this very strong community, and that's what we really want to build. And the rewards for being a mentor is very much in these other businesses where we're the professionals and we're going to provide the students with resources. But with Epichroma, we want to see students sharing with each other. Everybody is a student and everybody is a teacher, and that's something we want to push home, because that's something you should realize. Even if you feel like you're not a very good artist, you probably have a few things to say that somebody better than you might not have considered before, and it can really be helpful to share that with them. And that's something we want to see more of in Epichroma. That's what we're looking to really reward. But at the same time, that community that is the selling point of Epichroma is strengthened by the ability to have off-topic conversation, and that's always going to be the case. The moment we say you can only talk about art in here is the moment it becomes very professional, yes, but we also lose these bonds that tie us together, and that's something we really want to avoid. And so while we'll always keep the idea of, you know, don't use certain words, you know, there are certain topics that we keep out of the cat lounge and stuff, we're not going to restrict what can and can't be spoken about in general.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very long-winded reply to a simple question, but I hope it answers it adequately.
Yep. Is that Matt?
Yeah, sorry, Matt's been on mute. 1 sec.
Oh god. Yeah, don't oof. That's
Matt.
still a rule. For now,
Yeah.
for now, I think DV is offline, so we can't automatically stop you from oofing. But please
I
don't.
mean, we can manually do it, like.
We can manually do it, but I don't want to
some of us
manually
have
do
got- Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of time to spare. I can manually do it.
it.
Yeah, Nino says that the new members should understand the first thing that critiques are important in Epi, and I feel we do like.
Oh, is
we
DaVinci
have done
online? Okay, sorry.
Okay, so TV is online.
Okay.
But I think we are doing a good job of letting people know which kind of community we are, and that we do appreciate constructive critique, and that we don't really like beat around the bush. And you know, other art communities do have these tendencies of like not always evaluating and critiquing completely constructively or objectively, and I don't think that's a problem in Epichroma. And if it's gonna be ever, of course, we admins, we're gonna do our best to manually take care of it, because I don't think DaVinci's gonna ever be able to do it on his own. So, yeah.
Chalk, what is an SCAD artist?
A scat artist.
A scat. I'm a
I don't
scat
think
man.
we don't know. We don't need a scat artist. Hey,
Hiya, Bob.
it's Anakin.
Oh, is that Anakin? Okay, cool.
I thought it was Bopi, but
Okay, that's cool.
hello,
Hello.
Anakin.
Yeah, I think honestly, even before we reworked Epi, when I first joined, this wasn't that long ago actually. It was maybe like 2 months ago. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. I immediately saw that the server was about critique, even if it was a bit scary in the cat lounge.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of centering on the critique side of things. So yeah, that was good. And we hope to continue and emphasize this in the future. So hopefully that's coming across.
Yeah, and Chalk, as Jimmy says, by all means invite him. If in doubt, just invite everybody. Like,
yeah, it does no harm, honestly. And
yeah, it can do a lot of good. So yeah. So there's that.
Okay, the one last thing I really want to talk about is one of the things there's sort of an entitlement complex around critique in general. A lot of artists will draw, and they'll post up their work in a community like Epichroma, and they'll think, "Oh, I'm going to get crit here." It doesn't always work like that. If you don't actively come to the community and you don't see other people's art and you take the time to give them feedback, they're not going to necessarily feel they need to give you feedback either. Nobody's going to feel obligated to give you feedback ever. But if you are active, if you give other people feedback, if you help others grow, then when you post your art, they're going to see your name, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to know that you're helpful, and they're going to think, oh, well, they're going to want to take that opportunity to then help you out. And it might not even be to help you. If you're like me, and so back in the days of Art Lounge, I would go on there and I would just deconstruct people's art, and I'd be really harsh, and I'd kind of almost be cruel about it. I would tell people why their art is bad very concisely, very accurately, and just, explain to them why they're not a very good artist. And this is, in many cases, it was just a sad truth. There's something they had to deal with, and it was only with people who had issues with confidence, in that they were overconfident in their ability. And then after that, from that, when I would post my art, these people would take these opportunities to nitpick my art as much as they could, because they think, oh, this guy thinks he knows everything. So then they, they want to get revenge, so they come and they give me this comprehensive feedback, and then do it like they're trying to like get at me. But I would just be grateful because I would see maybe a few things that I hadn't seen myself, and so that's something you can do if you give people the you give people the impression that you know everything, they might like to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't be selfish with your make enemies. Just don't be selfish on Epi. Make sure you give people feedback, and they'll give you feedback back. That was
Feedback
an awkward
back.
sentence to say. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy's wisdom, make enemies. Got it.
I mean, he's got a point though. Like, definitely.
Absolutely. I think that having something to say is a skill that you need to have in life, not just in art, but in life in general. If you have nothing to say, that's always going to show in every aspect. When you're having a discussion with somebody, when you're drawing, when you're making something, if you have nothing on your mind to express, nothing that you truly believe that you want to share with others, then people will see that. You're just a man with very, very little in the way of opinions. You don't really think much about anything. Don't be that guy. Be the guy who always has something to say about everything. And that can make you obnoxious or pretentious, and some people will hate you for it, but it's the better way to go. You'll be smarter for it.
Yeah.
Good job, Lav. You're doing really well moderating the chat.
Also,
moderator.
yeah, thank you, Annie, again for the logo. It's great. It's exactly what I've been
It's
wanting
wonderful.
for ages. Yeah. Do you want to show everyone?
Oh gosh, I'll have to scroll up through the voice chat.
Yeah.
Because it's just all in there. Right. Oh wow.
Sorry.
Oh, people were talking a
you.
lot.
Oh, I mean, half of it is. Oh,
It's just
yeah.
like Annie, birds, pizza cake.
No, I've noticed looking at this.
Oh, here we go.
Epichroma isn't at the top of your server list.
Oh my god, Zady.
I know. What are we gonna do? Zady, you're off the team.
I just realized I have it in the same spot as Zady.
There you go. Okay, so it started out like this, right? Do you want to talk us through this, Jimmy?
Wait, no. I was going to say this whole thing, but I'll explain. We did have an issue with the logos in that I asked a company called London Logo Design, you can see there in the top left. I asked them to make a logo for us, given that they're a professional logo company. And, well, to say the least, they failed us. That's really all I have to say about it, is they failed us on a biblical proportion.
Yeah,
We
if
have
you...
Zady, the Epichroma logo is kind of covering the...
You're right,
Yeah.
you're very right. I forgot to take that away. That's silly me. There we go. Poof. Thank you.
I think it's still there.
No,
but...
it's not.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's the stream's delay. Yeah, sorry.
Well, we tried, Rain. We tried to get this company to make logos, but you can see there by the thumbnails what they did. And it just, I think I posted a few other images of their first, their first ones, and just, oh.
Yeah, if you want to read all of this, then you can scroll up in VC text and read it all. But I'm just going to show you, like, some of their final results. Like, after a while, Jimmy just sort of, like, told them what to do from this one. Like, he laid it out quite clearly. You see how clearly it's laid out? Like, you guys can understand that, right? I can understand that. Even Lav can understand that. Okay, and this is what they presented us with afterwards. That actually makes me sad. Every time we see it.
I think I really want to see the completely golden metallic one, but she didn't get a close up of it.
And then, like, after this, I was really angry at them, and I said so that I was angry. I was like, I'm disappointed, I want a refund. And then they started, like, being really kind of pushy about things, and I was like, oh god, here we go. They're gonna try to jip me. And So you can see like this back and forth correspondence we had. It absolutely scroll up in the VC text chat and you'll find all these images. So you'll be able to see the chat in full. But then he says at the end here, hang on, yeah, my friend, there is just a misunderstanding which I would like to clarify you. That's why I have requested for a 5 minutes call only. And I have attached the correct design, implying that this is what I'd asked for, the next image. I've attached the correct design for you to have a look at. And I'd appreciate if you would call me so I can explain everything. And then the next image, show the next image. And this is the correct design according to my paint over. Oh, God. Look at the... Just look at it. I don't even need to say anything. You guys can just see how bad that is. So we eventually... and this was a day too late after... No, I said I needed it by Tuesday, and this was yesterday that this came through. And so we ended up calling Anakin and getting him to make the logo for us. And in a single evening, he made something better.
We enlisted the help of a 15-year-old boy from Philippines.
Yeah.
And they did better than
he was 14.
Oh, yesterday he was 14. You're right. You're right.
Happy birthday, Annie, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday, Annie.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And have a nice date tomorrow.
Yeah, out on his date.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah.
Threw up Skittles and the bag.
Yeah, it's so bad. All right, thanks for coming and watching the stream, guys. If you have any more questions, say so now, but otherwise we're looking to close the stream up.
Yeah. I know. It's like that meme, like established logo company versus one Filipino boy.
Yeah. Oh man, we have so many viewers.
Yeah.
18.
Feels good. 18, so many viewers. Like, it actually feels like a lot to me, to be honest. But if you compared that to big streams, you'd be like, damn.
I've had more.
Yeah.
I've had more.
Wow, Zady. Amazing.
What do you mean?
I was expecting like 100, and then it's just these 18 losers who managed to show up.
All the
But it's
viewers,
good.
exactly.
Yeah. I think the stream is going to be uploaded, isn't it? So people can
I think
rewatch
it
this.
automatically uploads.
Okay.
After you end stream, it uploads it as a sort of like VOD.
Yeah.
So you should be able to watch it back.
We were originally going to do this on Saturday, but as Zady and Lav are both away over the weekend, so we had to do it today. I think if we did it on Saturday, we'd have a few more people turning up. But as it is, we do what we can do. That's okay. And Storce, I'll be joining your Figure Fridays, even if it's just me.
I'll probably just like pop in the chat, but that's about all I can manage.
Same. I mean, I can manage this week, but
You don't have a phone, Lav.
yeah, exactly. But next week's Figure Friday.
Next week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I just realized that KK Cat is Kitty.
Yeah.
Did you only just realize that?
It just dawned on me as well.
Leave me alone. The Kitty is actually a professional environment concept artist. So, guys, if you have any questions for the current event, the building one, just ask her, ping her when you put up your sketches, and she may be able to help you out.
Just pester
But
her.
don't trust her on shadows, because if we don't
Lav!
No, absolutely don't trust her on shadows.
No, we're just kidding. Kitty is great. Most of the time. I know, right?
Oh gosh. Okay, guys. Yeah, we've been up for about 50 minutes now. It's been it's gone by.
Keep this short anyway.
It's gone by quite quickly. Yeah.
The review streams will probably be a bit longer, I would say. Probably like an hour to an hour and a half. Because we'll do paint stuff as well.
Yeah, and we'll fit more than one person in it as well. So
yeah,
that'll be cool. Yeah, so that's about all from me. Jimmy, do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm pretty happy. So, yeah.
Yep.
Thanks
Lav?
for coming, guys. There's that.
What does
I'm
Lav
good,
have to
Zady.
say? You got nothing to say,
I'm
Lav?
good, I don't-
Come
I
on,
never
Lav.
have anything to say.
Imagine if we ended
yeah.
these streams with a game of League. Oh, how awful.
We can
Oh.
take that into future consideration. But yeah, let's
In
let Jimmy
distant
wrap
future.
it up.
Yep.
Wait, why do I have to wrap it up? You guys are
You
admin.
started wrapping
'Cause
it up. I
you
mean,
have-
okay, I can wrap it up.
No, Jimmy has the smooth ASMR voice.
Do I need a British accent for it?
No, but you do need to whisper the whole
Oh
thing.
my god.
So, guys, thank you for coming today. It was very lovely having you. Hopefully, you really enjoyed this as much as we did. See you next time.